This is Tilak. Welcome back to the TCS tutorial. Today we are going to have a fourth session of or lesson of the tutorial. In our previous lesson, we introduced the TCS, Oracle TCS, and also we went through the basic the summary of the setup. If you haven't seen that, please, I request you to go and see that because this is a continuation of that all the three lessons. Okay. Well, what are we going to see today? We probably going to create an item today. We are going to look at the item. Before we are going to create the item, I want to introduce the item to you. The item basically coming from 8 sources. 9 sources. Okay, that when I say 9 sources, it is coming. The information is coming from a 9 different area of HCM of Oracle. The benefit balances bring the value from the benefit balances. Calculated item is something it is not a different source of the item. This is allow you to uh, take a different item and make a calculation, or you can make a you can say it's salary, monthly salary, or something like that into 12. Some kind of calculation you can have. You can have a calculation calculation with a yeah, what do you call it? A, a number. Okay, it's not necessarily has to come from a different item. Salary is coming from a salary definitions. If the salary is has a component, you can get a value from a one component. The same thing like a rate. If the salary is defined with the rates, you will get a value from a one rate. The element entry. Element entry you can get a recurring values, non-recurring values. In case the element is coming from a salary, then the value will be presented for every payroll periods. For example, if the element entry is salary, okay, the same thing applies to salary also. The salary also is applies to that. That whatever I'm telling is also applicable to the salaries. What it does is takes the annual salary and take the payroll period, assume the payroll period is monthly, then for the year you will get a 12 entries. For every payroll period, for the starting of the payroll period, it will get a one entry. That's how it's presented. Payroll balances, the payroll balances, TCS not supporting all possible payroll balances. It is basically supporting a three, the relation level, assignment level, time level, and it is also supporting a limited dimensions. Year to date, period to date, financial year to date, inception to date, that is from the beginning of the period to date, then the last 12 months. That's all as supported as of now. Okay, the external data is there's something called external data in a compensation where you can upload a data uh, like for example if you are having if you are moving from one application to other application or moving from other application to Oracle HCM, or you are having the all other information somewhere else and HCM is from Oracle, then you want to bring some data from that to here, you can upload the data here, and that can be used in a TCS or a compensations. You can use it. Formula, you should know formula. If you don't know formula, I have a tutorial on formula, a detailed tutorial where I have covered all this TCS items, item formulas. You can have a look at that. I'll provide the link. And we also get into the detail of all these items when we are creating it. The item can be of 4 types. It can be the value could be of 4 types. It could be a date, it could be a text, it could be a monetary. When it's monetary, it comes with the currency code, and the value will be presented according to the currency code, fractions and the rounding and all the stuff. If it's a non-monetary, you have to define what is that unit is, and you also need to define what is the rounding values. Okay, that's all. That for the item, then we'll go and create the item. Okay. Now, where do you create the item? You go to the client group, and then you go to the compensation. In the compensation, there's a section is allocated for TCS, total compensation. The first one is a compensation item. Okay. This is the landing page, or you can say we call it manage page. You can filter that using the item name, type, source type, status. If you are giving a more than one value, then it works in and conditions, basically item name and the type together, and you can choose any one of that. If you are giving an item name, you have to give minimum 3 characters, and here is a case insensitive. Okay, you can give a 5C if I give it. So you will give only the few fives. Okay, and like I'm just giving a type of it, say monetary. It gives, see, everything is a monetary. Within that, status is complete. Okay, now I'll give a little more explanation of status. Okay, you don't have any control on status. Whenever you create an item, automatically it gets into a complete status. Because when you create item, all the validation is done while you are creating it. So when you are saving it, it saves in a complete status. Then where the in progress come into the picture. Okay. If you seen my last previous tutorial, there is something called in the statement setup, import and export. Assume you are the import and export can be done in from two places. One is from item, I mean statement setup. Other one is you can also doing in that application setup. We will see that everything we'll see it in later. Okay. Now, when you are importing the data can come with some kind of sources which may not exist here. For example, uh, wherever you are importing it, that the item possibly from a benefit balance or for fast formula, assuming the fast formula is attached to a formula called XXX. Now, it is not necessarily the XXX formula exists in this current the target environment. So, in this case, what happened? It is not going to throw the error. Instead of that, is going to mark the item as incomplete. When the item is incomplete, in turn that category is also incomplete. So in turn, the statement also incomplete. So you want to make it that a complete. Okay, incomplete statement cannot be, or the statement in progress cannot be processed. So you have to make it a complete statement. Then you have to fix the item. Once you come and fix the item and save it, it became a complete. Then you can get into the category. There is a validation. You can run the validation. It will be complete. Then you go to the statement, run the validation. It will be complete. That is where that in progress come into the picture. That here what happened? You can give in progress. You can see all the item which is in progress. So you can go and edit the item and you can fix it. Okay, that's the purpose of it. What else? There's nothing like you can create, edit, delete. That is that CRUD operation. And then this is also advanced where you can say equivalent to first name letter, like name starts with all these things you can do that. The basic is more than enough unless you have something on because here the item name coming with the what is that called? The beginning of that, in case if you don't know the beginning, if you are creating it, you know that. Assume you don't have it, then you can go to advanced. You can say probably in between contain something. You can use a contain and all this. You can do that. Okay. Now I'm going to create item. I call it lesson. What I call it uh, benefit balance. I call it or medical. Say medical benefit balance. Something like medical benefit balance. Okay, balance. Sorry about the spelling. Okay, now I'm choosing a benefit balances. So here I can choose the benefit balances here, or I can go to the search. I can do it here also. I can do it here. I can do doing a search here. Say TCS something medical. I hope something I'll find it. Okay, I'm not finding anything. TCS. I was expected to find something. Okay, that was a surprise. Okay, okay. So assume I'm giving a sick leave. Assume that. Okay. Now what happened? This is non-monetary because this information is coming from the setup. Okay. the benefit balance setup. Uh, if it is a monetary, this also probably, if they define with the currency, it give a currency here. You can change it here, but we don't recommend that because the data it is giving a proper information because it knows from the setup. So the data also like going to be in ours. So don't do changes. But if you want, if you know that what you are doing it, go ahead change it. If it is a non-monetary, it will give rounding balances. Okay, if I go make it monetary, the currency appear here because there's no currency is not coming here. If the currency is defined, it will appear here, and there's no rounding because I said rounding is taken from the currency itself. So I go back to non-monetary. I can do that option. Okay, the estimated amount. What is the estimated amount? If you are defining, if you are clicking the estimated amount here, turning it on, then that the statement in there is some indication says there is estimated amount. There are some value might be kind of approximate amount because when you are involving in the calculation and all this stuff. So like and sometimes it is also help you in a legal matter because you don't have to exactly say what it like exact amount it is. So the thing is, if you are marking here, in the statement it will appear as a estimated amount. Okay, I can save here, I can save and close, or I can save and create again. This helps you. Like when you are saving and closing, it goes back to the manage page. So every time you have to come back to create. Instead of that, you can create here itself more than one items. Then when you are canceling, it goes back. Okay. Now how do I do a test balance? Okay. When you are testing the balance, the option is given to you. Either basically like when you are testing balance, you need a period for find a balance. So either you can give a balance statement, then you can choose a period, the period will be selected from there. Then you choose a person, then it will be executed to get the value. Okay. Instead of giving that, you can also give a value like that. Like for example, I can give 1 2,000. Then I can also give a 12, 31, 20, 24, something like that. And what I give? Sebastian. I don't know. I have a value. Stewart. CAS. I always confuse, like, the person who searches in the first name or the last name. Stewart. Okay, I'm not finding the person. I don't think I have a value here. I thought, okay, you may not get it because then, okay, that's good thing. Okay, you have a value. 125 is a value. There's no error. If there's an error, you get an error message here. Okay, if you, okay, what it gives is, okay, give the date and you give the whoever the employer for that and the assignment information and the value HM. If you go here, it takes how long it took it. Like it give information of 0.6 seconds for the item name. Okay. Okay. The advantage of the detail is what happened. Like if you are using a formula and you are giving debug messages, all the debug messages appears here. So when you can, the advantage is you can check the formula or the item here before you are testing everything in that statement. So you know what you are going to get out of it. Okay. Now there's one more thing I'll show you before I close this session. Cancel that. I'll show you how the benefit balance looks, and the benefit balance also you can access from compensation. Benefit balance, you can go here. You can search it here, or I can put a TCS here. I can do that also here. Okay, see that the TCS is here. We looked at the sick leave something. I hope it works. Yeah. Now if you are coming here, edit here. See, this is how here. They say non-monetary unit, the type and everything depend here. And I'm not sure why it's taking time. Okay, here if you are looking there, probably this would be a monetary value. See that they define a money and you say this is the US dollar. So in this case, They'll show you as a US dollar and will show you as a monetary value. This is how you define a item for a benefit balances, and this is where you can look at what kind of balances available for you. For this session, I think we are ending this session. The next session will create the remaining, like the item types. Okay, till I see you next session. Bye. If you have any comment, any opinion, let me know. You can put it in a comment. And I like if you have any question, also you can ask. I'll try to always get back to you. Okay.